Yo people, KV back with another video, and as you can see by the title,
Give us your thoughts. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
the king is back, people. The return of Conor McGregor. He's fighting Donald Cerrone at UFC 246, January 18th, this weekend. What can I say? Thank you guys again just for coming to the video, clicking on the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And we're just going to get straight into predictions for the fights. The implications of what it could mean for Conor if he wins, if he loses, and the same for Cowboy. Let's get into it. So, people, the biggest star of MMA, maybe the biggest fight star in the world, probably. I would say the biggest global star in the combat world. Conor McGregor is back. Back in Vegas, January 18th, T-Mobile. He's fighting Donald Cerrone. Now, do I think he should be fighting Donald Cerrone? Probably. Is that what's best for him right now? Probably. But there were harder challenges for him. And I'm not going to hate on the man. People know that I'm not really fucking with the YouTube tough, innit? So, but the MMA world is better when Conor McGregor is involved. And this weekend, he's back. And so, he's been talking a good game. He's been talking very good. He looks a lot more confident in himself. And he's definitely a lot more humble. Now, maybe that's because he doesn't have any, like, real bad feelings towards Donald. There's no animosity between them. Could be a reason. Or could be genuinely humbled him. Smashed his face. And done his job. Made Conor realise that he's not this all-knowing, all-worthy being that is just invincible. Now, if we talk about my predictions for the fight, I think Conor's going to be ready for this. He seems more focused than he did for the Khabib fight. Like, at the press conference for the Khabib fight, he was drinking. He was clearly drunk before he arrived. And obviously afterwards there came out some news about how training camp didn't go as he wanted. They focused on far too much defensive work, whereas they didn't try to implement their own game plan. Now, I think that's an excuse, but we're not gonna get into that because he got dominated. But if we talk about my prediction, I think that he's gonna be ready for this. I think he realizes that his career is kind of on the line, because if he loses now to a man that I think he's been KO, he's been finished now in his last 2 fights. By 2 of the top 3 guys in the world. He's been finished, in fact, 3 now. Oh no, 2 by Ferguson and by Gaethje. If he can't beat Donald Cerrone, then I don't see what's another route for him to get to the 155-pound title. Not right away anyway. He still obviously has the Diaz rematch, or if he wants the Masvidal BMF fight, that's still there for him if he wants it. Don't know if that's a good idea, but Conor's got bigger dreams. But I do think he's gonna win. I do think he looks much more ready for the camp. He looked much more ready for the bout. I think he's starting to realise now that if he doesn't dedicate himself to fighting, he hasn't got much of a chance when it comes to beating these world-class guys. He just doesn't. Fighting is a cruel sport. It doesn't work like that where you can half-heart this shit and just, let me just walk in and I'm the guy. Because it will just bite your off. You understand? It will smack you right back in the face. Now, for an official prediction, I do think he's gonna finish him. I think McGregor's gonna. Oh, damn, it's tough, man. I can't lie. I think McGregor. I think second round TKO. I think Donald, if he wanted to, could implement a game plan where he could try and drain Conor and tire him. But he stated that he's not really interested in, you know, oh, let me wrestle him, I could tire him. No, he wants to stand and bang. He wants to have a war. Okay, go ahead. And that's going to be his downfall. That's going to cost him the fight. At least he's getting bread. At least he's getting paid. McGregor's going to be the happiest man in the world. But then he's going to realise what he's got in front of him. Killers and killers and killers. Whether it's Masvidal, whether it's Usman, whether it's Khabib. Come on. There's no easy fights after this. You got one. If you perform like I think he's going to perform, you look good, and you go straight into another title fight against, or not a title fight, against, into another big fight against a good opponent. It all depends on how Conor looks. And now, I don't think Cerrone's going to win, so fuck Cerrone. He's been talking about this blue collar stuff like he's such a hypocrite, because you're not. You're getting paid millions for this rubbish, so don't act like you're some working class citizen, because you're not. I think the fight is going to be back and forth, I think, in the first couple. I think Donald's going to try rush out, try maybe assert himself. I think Conor's going to be a bit laid back, hit him with a 1-2. I just think Conor's got too much for him. Even if Conor's not in tip-top condition and fighting form yet, I still think it's a bit too much for Donald. Because when it really matters, when the moment is at its biggest, Donald genuinely doesn't do too good. Now, this is the biggest moment in his career. This is the biggest platform he's ever been on, the biggest stage. And we'll see if those bright lights get to him. I want to see my name in the bright lights. But we're going to see if you want to see your name in the bright lights. Aye, aye, aye. Because I don't know if he wants it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. But like I said, people, second round TKO for Conor. Killers are waiting him. Let's see. The return of Conor McGregor. He's back. MMA is back as well. It's been so long. Thank you, God. And yeah, people. That's my prediction for the video. Thank you again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Down below, put your predictions for the fight. I will talk about the rest of the card, but it's pretty dead. There's the Yusuf versus Philly fight. It's a decent fight. Yusuf will win. And then there's the Ferreira versus Pettis fight. Not really too bothered about that. Everything else is just crap. Main thing is Conor versus Cerrone this weekend. Share the video. It's much appreciated. KV out. Until next time. Bada boom, bada beep.
It's over before it even begins. Shot by shot, he will crumble.
You're blessed that I chose to whoop your ass next. The king is back.